Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. In my previous video, I went a little bit over some of the reason as to why I do not support the state of Israel. And, well, if you watch that video, you will understand that I went over this little article right here. I didn't go over the whole thing, but I went ahead and showed the title of it. And with the whole situation that's going on right now with the cybersecurity guy from Israel who just got caught trying to meet up with an underage person, I feel like this is going to be an important topic to talk about. All right, let's get into it. All porn site to be blocked in Israel under the new law that requires people to publicly ask for access. Meaning what? In order for you to access the hub in Israel, you will have to go to your provider to say, hey, I would personally like access to this site. Here in America, instead of doing that, what they do is they would just, show you a pop-up that says, are you 18? And all it requires, whether you're 12 years old, 10 years old, all you got to be able to do is just read, yes, I'm 18, and click on that, and that is it. You have access to the most degenerate thing in the world. That's all it requires here in America. But in the state of Israel, in order for you to access it, you would have to get off your butt, get into your car, drive however distant your provider is, and sit there. Perhaps they might even make you sign some papers saying that, hey, I would like access to this site. And that's how you get access to it. So they make it hard for themselves, but for you, no, all it requires is you sitting in your bedroom and then pressing yes, and that's it. And you have access to everything on the hub. Now, the legislators have provided a bill that will block all porn in Israel unless people ask to view it. The Israeli Minister Committee for legislation unanimously approved the bill, which forces internet company in the country censor adult website by default. Backers of the new legislation claim that it is a way of stopping young people getting online. Now, it's not only young people who watch it. Here in America, we understand that it doesn't matter what age you are. As long as you can get that thing up, you most likely visit the site. We've all visited the site. Don't lie to yourself. You've been there. You've probably beat your meat at least once. This is just how it is. Something that is so dangerous and free on the hub, people will get curious. Even though parents try to warn their kids not to join it, guess what? These kids have friends. And these friends are going to be curious. And on top of that, we have social media. A lot of you out there who probably have not created a new social media, or if you have created a new social media, I'm pretty sure you've come across the fact that Instagram, for example, if you go on Instagram and you make a new account and you go to the search bar, a lot of you out there will understand that there's a lot of females out there who are, advertising their site, their OnlyFans site. And then on top of that, they wear extremely tight clothes where you can literally make out every detail in the body. And what I'm trying to get at is the fact that even if you don't join the hub, everywhere you go in the corner of the internet is being advertised to you. Facebook, Instagram, even on X. I don't follow none of these sites on X, but sometimes I'll go on X to look for news and see what's the latest stuff. And then all of a sudden I'll just get bombarded with the half-naked women on there. Or somebody somewhere would just share a pornography video that is just being bombarded on there. And so you cannot escape it. Okay. Anyways, so this is what they have going on in Israel, and they completely blocked the whole site. Now, this guy right here, what's his name? His name is not on here, but his name will come up later. That's pretty much, this is him right here. All right. Yeah. Solomon Friedman.
Were you aware that these kinds of things was happening on?
Oh, and by the way, this is the PBD podcast. If you want to go ahead and watch the whole thing, this is the full title right here. This was about 10 months ago when it came out. But, you get a lot of information as to what's really going on the hub and the stuff that you don't really see and the stuff that they have to deal with. Now, this is the beginning is only an advertisement, and I just want to get you guys to, maybe pique your interest a little bit at some of the stuff that they went over.
Pornhub? On Pornhub, I mean, these are things that we're not really, unfortunately, able to talk about because these are about ongoing litigation.
In every Western democracy, it's constitutionally protected. It could not be outlawed, even if you wanted to.
There is no way you're working there and you don't know this is out there.
We are doing more than any other platform to keep it safe.
I'm going to make that mandatory, though.
Who's they?
U.S. government.
Why not? We think they should. We think they should tomorrow.
You think they should make it mandatory to opt in?
But I see where you're trying to go.
No, it's a good.
Wait a
it's
minute.
a great
Why
question.
are you worried, though?
No, not worried.
We're
No, it's
not worried
So,
at all.
are you a man of faith?
I am a man of faith.
Are you ever conflicted?
What a ridiculously insecure method, and totally violating
You know what it is?
of the privacy of
Because
130 million people a day.
It's sounding confusing, Rob. What my ask is, because I feel like I'm delusional right now. Do you understand what I'm requesting?
I do.
If you did do that, your traffic will drop 90%. But go ahead.
You come on. That's a
I'm going to
ludicrous.
tell you in a
That's a
minute. but go
ludicrous
ahead.
assessment.
Go,
that
you'll,
90%.
you'll see when I say
are-
this. Go ahead.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much an introduction to it. And one thing that I really want to emphasize on is the fact that she is a Christian. Why did I emphasize on that right now? I'll show you later as to exactly why. But you get the whole idea. He is the owner of the biggest site on the internet. Now, this article was written back in 2014, last year of September. If I'm not wrong, I think this was written around the same time as this was released. But yeah, you get the whole idea. A rabbi overseeing the hub, that's actually not so weird. They're pretty much saying that, oh, it's not weird that a rabbi, a religious leader, somebody who is the bastion of morals when it comes to teaching your kids as to what's good and bad, it's not so weird that he would own such a disgusting site. Now she goes ahead and explain why it's not weird. It's really not shocking. It's really not shocking as it sounds that a rabbi has become one of the top official running hub, the free internet pornography behemoth. After all, the investment group that bought the hub is called Ethical Capital Partner. What does she mean by that? After all, they're called Ethical Capital Partner. So just because they have the name ethical, automatically what? We should just be like, oh, of course the site is, ethical. Of course the site is safe. Look at the name of the company that owns it. Ethical. Is that what she's trying to get at? Is that what you're trying to say? Huh? So if I give you poison and I say apple juice, does that automatically mean that the poison is safe for you to drink? Obviously not. Anyways, as Solomon Freeman, the rabbi is questioned, an investment company co-founder and chief complaisance officer is trying to clean up internet corn. I don't know how you can clean that up. The only way for you to clean it up is by completely deleting the whole entire site and just throwing it in the trash bin. But let's be honest, that's not going to happen. And the reason is because, we'll keep reading. I got more article for you to listen to. Most people might be confused by the idea of a religious leader being involved with the hub company. After all, isn't lust a sin? Lust is not really necessarily a sin. The only reason that makes it a sin is when you go ahead and just throw it out there without any restriction. Lust is supposed to be used for you and your wife. That's it. Outside of that, you're just abusing it. And obviously, we understand that if you abuse something, it tends to be bad. That's why people get, addicted to sex. That's why marriages are breaking up, because people can't control their own desire. And what's one of the best ways not to control your desire is by simply bombarding them with disgusting images 24/7 when they open up the hub. I mean, not the hub. When they open up social media such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. Constantly bombard them with soft core hub, and they won't be able to control the desire that easily. Let's continue. But Judaism is actually pretty sexy positive. Most Jews text about sex focus on understanding and regulating the act. Now warning people of its danger, the Talmud has a passage instructing husbands to have regular sex with their wives. Again, instructing husband, which again, I don't find anything wrong with that. It is mandatory as a husband and wife for you guys to act in the to indulge yourself in the act. That's what builds the relationship. That's what connects you guys together. Where did I stop? I forgot. Okay, so their wives. Emphasizing the importance of pleasure and encouraging experimentation. There is even a tale of student hiding under his rabbi's bed when his teacher has sex with his wife. When the student is caught, he argued that everything is Torah and he was just trying to learn. In that case, why are you guys banning it in Israel? Isn't it supposed to be Torah? And shouldn't everybody in Israel have access to it? Why? Because, well, it's Torah. We're trying to learn. And there's a lot of experiment on the hub. But no, they won't do that. Why? Because they understand the dangers of it. They understand that the hub is something that should be banned everywhere, but not in America. Anyways, Rabbi Shmuley is somebody who pretty much owns the, a sex toys with his daughter. I just want to go ahead and slide that in there because I find that extremely weird. But then again, he's constantly promoting it on X with his daughter. I don't want to think much about that. Let's continue. Leonard Redvensky. Now, who is this guy, you wonder? Well, let's do a little bit of reading. Leonard Redvensky is a United Kingdom-based Ukrainian-American, a billionaire businessman and computer programmer. He is the founder of the cam site MyFreeCam, though its holding company MFX, okay, and the majority owner of the content subscription service OnlyFans. Oh, wow. Wow. Redvensky was born in Odessa, and his family later immigrated to Chicago when he was a child in 2002. He graduated from Northwestern University with a degree in economics. He is Jewish. Oh. So, another big site. God, come on, let me highlight his name. I just want to show you guys who this guy is. Thank you. So, another big OnlyFans site is being run by this brother right here. He's not a rabbi, perhaps he is. I didn't read that. But, he's also Jewish. Coincidence? I think not. I don't think it's a coincidence. Because American people are still asleep. They don't realize that although the war is on the other side in Palestine currently, they don't realize that their battle is internal. It's for the heart and the mind. That's what you're fighting. You just haven't realized it yet. But soon enough, you will. Don't worry, it's coming. But they've already started the attack. They are bombarding you with the site. And one thing we understand is that Facebook, Instagram, X is, not in my opinion, but X is the only site, social media that I'm aware of that is actually not owned by them boys. It's owned by Elon Musk. And even that is being extremely censored. Why? Because if you see some of my previous video, when Grok is asked certain questions and Grok is honest about those questions, it gets shut down. When it comes to the question about the state of Israel, it gets shut down. So even that site that is not being owned by them, they still have a hand in it. Other social media are being controlled by them. And those social media, let's be honest, you cannot say anything about, not anything I want to say, but if you become too popular on there when it comes to talking about the state of Israel, they kind of tend to ban you. But you can be a woman wearing tight clothes, sharing everything on your body. They don't care. They don't care. Because the attack, you are participating in the psychological attack. That's what you as a woman is being used for. You are a commodity. You are participating in the demoralization of the American people. But you just don't know it yet. Why? Because the money is too good. The video that I made last time was talking about the fact that they really love people who are extremely materialistic, because guess what? If you love that money, you're pretty much free to do. You can do whatever you want. And they will make you do whatever you want. You got females going to college with high degree, coming out of college, and then they jump onto the hub or they jump onto OnlyFans because it's quick cash. Now, why was it so relevant for me to emphasize the fact that this lady right here was a Christian? Okay, so Fish Eaters, this is a pornography political control by E. Michael Jones. This was written in December of 2019. Now, you can read this whole thing right here, right? It's pretty much talking about the dangers of pornography and how the Israelis are using it as a weapon to attack most. They emphasize the Christian, but in my opinion, this is pretty much anybody and everybody in the United States of America. But as I was reading this part right here stood out to me the most. And I wanted to go ahead and read that to you guys, or you can read it for yourself if my reading is either too slow or if I'm having a hard time reading it. I'm going to start right here. For 31 years, the Catholic protected the American people against the weaponization of human sexuality for 31 years. But in 1965, in the wake of the Second Vatican Council, the Catholics lost the nerve and the Jews broke the code with their Holocaust porn film, The Pawnbroker. So I went ahead and looked up The Pawnbroker. I was like, why was this so, why was this so big that they went ahead and mentioned it? Surprisingly, let me see. Right here. It was among the first film to feature homosexual character and nudity during the production code. And it was the first film featuring a woman bare breast to receive a production code approval. Although it was politically unannounced to be special exception, the controversy proved to be first of the similar major challenges to code that ultimately led to its abrogation. So the abrogated, but then later, if I'm not wrong, in 2008, the Pawnbroker was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or ethically significant. So I was wondering why was it so. It makes sense now. I guess that was the beginning of the nudity that we see in films today. That was the building block. That's what started it all. And again, surprisingly, it was by them boys. Let's continue reading. If I can just find exactly where I was. Within 7 years, hardcore pornography Deep Throat. Oof, that was very graphic. The Devil and Miss Joan and Behind the Green Door was being shown in the first run movie houses. In 2004, Professor Nathan Abraham wrote, Jewish involvement in porn is a result of an activistic hatred of Christian authority. Again, that's why I emphasize her being Christian. You can do what you want with that information. Maybe if I read this, perhaps I might go ahead and make you understand as to why I emphasize that specific part. They are trying to weaken the dominion culture in America by moral subversion. Pornography does become a way of defiling Christian culture and, as it is, penetrate to the very heart of the American mainstream and is no doubt consumed by those very small wasps. Its subversive character become more changed, which is one more way of saying that pornography is a weapon which Jews wielded to destroy the Christian culture of the countries which allowed them the right they grant their citizens. To elaborate, weapon is being used by the people who are being protected. They are the people who are being protected here in the United States. Because let's be honest, after World War II, okay, the Americans didn't want them. After World War II, the Americans didn't want them. Eventually, the Americans accepted them. Now that they're here, now they're using the porn sites, all these other degenerate sites to attack the people who give them protection here. Palestine. Nobody wanted them after World War II. The Palestinians decided to open up their arm and let them in because they wanted a place to stay. And the Palestinians were generous enough to give them a place to stay. Fast forward, 1948. They decided to say, what? Palestinians, y'all need to get the heck out of here because this is our home now. You start to see the pattern here. You starting to see the pattern? So I hope you learned something today. Like I said, I wanted to go a little bit over this thing right here. Even though I know some of these things right here, I didn't know about the fact that it was banned in Israel. But here in America, you guys are allowed to watch it at your own free will. All it takes is a click of a button. But for them, all it takes is for you to get off your butt, get into your car, go to your whatever company owns your internet your internet site, and then tell them that you would like access to the site. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you learned something here, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys up later.